Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Ripple begins 2020 with 49 job openings in the US, UK, Brazil, Japan, Singapore, Dubai, and India. They are just cruising. That is a huge list. As 2020 begins, Ripple appears poised for global expansion. The company currently has 49 positions spread around the world, including the US, UK, Brazil, Japan, Singapore, Dubai, and India. 16 of the positions are for engineers who will continue to develop Ripple's payment solutions and help clients integrate its software. Ripple is also looking for senior managers in Sao Paulo, London, and San Francisco. The company's job listings also highlight the company's efforts to boost adoption of the digital asset XRP. There are currently 8 openings at Spring, Ripple's fundraising and development arm that is focused largely on growing the XRP ecosystem. And if you are interested in working at Ripple, maybe you should take a look at some of these options that they have: SDK and tools engineer, a partner engineer, a senior infrastructure engineer, a senior product manager, and a senior SDK and tools engineer, senior software engineer, a software engineer, and VP of developer relations. So there are a handful of positions available. That's all I really wanted to go into with this article. So if you're looking, check them out. India's Central Payments Org unveils blockchain platform. Excuse me. The National Payments Corporation of India, the NPCI, has unveiled an enterprise blockchain platform called Vara to automate payment, clearing, and settlement of transactions. The NPCI is the umbrella body for opening retail payments and settlement systems in India. The organization was set up by the Reserve Bank of India and the Indian Banks Association, the IBA, in 2008. Automation and reducing manual processing is the top benefit of the planned system. By sharing data, the need for reconciliation disappears. The improved transparency is expected to speed up transaction processing and both reduce the number of disputes as well as helping to address them. The Vara platform uses a private permissioned blockchain network with 3 distinct node types. One is the clearinghouse node, which will be the NPCI. Second is the participant node for banks and payment service providers. The third type is the notary node for UIDAI, the Citizen Identity Agency, which issues Indians' Aadhaar numbers. This node will validate transactions. NPCI said participants could access the Vara platform using web interfaces and need not make any significant technology changes for integration. We requested more details about the technology used, but did not receive a response in time for publication. A job advert last May stated that 3 proofs of concept would be implemented on Hyperledger Fabric, the R3's Corda, and Ethereum. The blockchain will only store identifiers of a transaction, while an off-chain database will be used to store the encrypted transaction details. Due to its permissioned nature, each member only has access to transactions in which they participated. The Vara platform will automate the clearing and reconciliation of process at NPCI and its partner banks and service providers. Smart contracts on the blockchain will validate the transaction and process them based on the coded rules. Once the transaction is cleared, a hash will be added to the Vara platform, which can be viewed by the regulator and participants concerned. Additionally, the NPCI will create clearing files every 15 minutes and post them to the reserve banks, the RTGS platform for settlement processing. While the primary function is the automation of services, the Vara platform also enables error notifications and dispute redressal. While NPCI as the administrator of the network, it becomes easier for the participants to send queries and manage disputes. Additionally, the blockchain platform enables better communication between participants using an API provided to the banks. Recently, Spain's Iberpay ran a blockchain proof of concept for payments along with 5 banks, including Santander and BBVA. In Italy, the Italian Bankers Association, ABI, is getting ready to launch Spunta, its blockchain solution to enable automated reconciliation of interbank accounts. Meanwhile, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS, completed a blockchain trial for multi-currency payments along with JP Morgan and Temasek. Now more exciting news of banks and tech will finally get married in the 2020s, states Mike Mayo of Wells Fargo. Bank stocks are crowned for their best year since 2009. Experienced bank analyst Mike Mayo expects the next decade to get better with the coming technology that is fully banking. I think this will be the golden age of banking and technology, said Mayo, director of large cap bank research at Wells Fargo Securities. We see how banks are finally getting married with technology. If you look back on the decade in which they were dated, in which they dissolved, in which they went their own way with risky behavior, they were reconciled. And now we believe they are engaged to have a more lasting relationship. And I will agree with him there. There's more to the article, but that's all we needed to get to the point. Cryptocurrency will not die. Mainstream media on Bitcoin in 2019. And if you're like many people who came into the crypto space, you probably came in through your first investment with Bitcoin. That's the way that I came in. I first came in through Bitcoin. And then I did research and found XRP and fell in love. It became my favorite. In late 2017, Bitcoin piqued the interest of millions of people hoping to capitalize on the ongoing frenzy and, as a result, drew the attention of various traditional media outlets. The press seemed largely skeptical about the concept of decentralization, but proceeded to report on Bitcoin's erratic price movement. This year, as the space became more regulated, cryptocurrencies saw a notably different kind of coverage. The industry's Wild West days are over, and media outlets most of whom were quick to bury Bitcoin at least once over that period, are now focusing on how cryptocurrencies are entering the agenda of big tech and, for instance, the People's Bank of China. Still, many spectators remain unconvinced, as illustrated by United States President Donald Trump's tweet earlier this year that summarized the most popular concerns about cryptocurrencies in under 280 characters and was covered by most mainstream media outlets with diametrically opposed views regarding the critique's potential impact on Bitcoin's value. The president's tweet read, "I am not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies which are not money, and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity." Australian users of crypto exchange can now make instant deposits with Ripple ODL. I wanted to bring this article in. Australian users of the crypto exchange Bitstamp will now be able to deposit US dollars to their account instantly using a Ripple-powered money transfer service called Flash FX. Transfers to the long-running trading venue, which previously took days. Flash FX uses Ripple Labs' Instant Global Settlement on-demand liquidity, also known as ODL. This service makes the digital asset XRP a bridging currency between the customer's Australian dollars and the US dollar, supported by Bitstamp. The Turkish stock market subsidiary tokenizes gold. Earlier this week, Turkey's Istanbul clearing settlement and custody bank Turkish Bank launched its digital gold trading platform based on blockchain technology. Dubbed as BIGA Digital Gold, the digital asset is fully backed by physical gold reserves with the Borsa Istanbul. Turkish Bank is a subsidiary of Borsa Istanbul and acts as a central counterparty for clearing and settlement of Turkey's stock exchange. In turn, Turkey Wealth Fund, the government-owned sovereign wealth fund, owns 90% of Borsa Istanbul. The digital asset transfer platform will enable trading of the gold-backed tokens called BIGA, each unit representing 1 gram of gold in Borsa Istanbul's vaults. The platform provides services such as issuance of new tokens when gold is deposited, redemption of tokens to gold, transfer of tokens between participants, and reconciliation of transactions. Additionally, the system enables around-the-clock peer-to-peer trading of digital gold. The value of physical asset-backed tokens moves in tandem with the real-world value of the asset backing it. Additionally, such a system allows investors to buy fractions of the commodity instead of the bullion. And I want to finish up this video with the former Barclays exec to launch UK's first regulated crypto bank in 2020. As Brad Garlinghouse said, there will be banks holding crypto. And he was right. Mark Hipperson, who was head of technology for the Barclays Group for over a decade, as well as co-founder and former CTO at UK challenger bank Starling, is planning a Q1 2020 launch for his latest digital banking venture, Ziglu. Billing itself as the next step in challenger bank concept, the all-digital account will allow multiple currencies, both fiat and digital, to be held in the same account. And I believe this is what will be the igniter for the standard, like the regular people who are unaware. Basically, if you're here, then you're confident, you know what's happening, most likely, or an investor, and you're aware of the efforts it takes to go to your bank, connect to your exchange, purchase your cryptocurrency of your choice, and then transfer that back to your wallet or possibly even cold storage, and the many steps and the possible ability to lose that cryptocurrency, that investment you just purchased, by sending it to a wrong address. The new people to come in and get involved are going to want security, safety, and ease of use. And crypto banks, or banks that hold crypto, will be exactly what they are looking for. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Wishing you the best of nights and an amazing, prosperous 2020. Until the next time.